The intelligence community is in full-blown panic mode, and maybe, just maybe, we might finally get some accountability for one of the most explosive scandals in U.S. history. But before we get into that, please join Explain America, like, comment, share. We really appreciate your support for common sense journalism. CIA Director John Ratcliffe just confirmed that the long-rumored classified annex to the Durham report is being set to be released, and it contains never-before-seen intelligence that could blow open the Russiagate scandal once and for all.
Look, our audience knows this, thanks to you and thanks to Devin Nunes. Our audience is well aware of what took place here, but we want to see accountability. Many of the statute of limitations have expired. It's been almost 10 years for many of these folks who did this. But John Brennan testified to Congress, and so did Hillary Clinton, within 5 years. I think it was in 2020, right, and then again in 2021. Are those statute of limitations still live? Tell me if, in fact, we could see a criminal prosecution here, as you just the other day, 3 weeks ago, have, in fact, referred criminal referrals to the DOJ.
Well, Maria, so part of what came out last week was about how John Brennan, Clapper, Comey, they all pushed the known fake Steele dossier into intelligence community assessments and as the basis for Crossfire Hurricane and all that. But what hasn't come out yet, and what's going to come out, is the underlying intelligence that I have spent the last few months making recommendations about final declassification and sent that to the Department of Justice that will come out in the John Durham report classified annex. And what that intelligence shows, Maria, is that part of this was a Hillary Clinton plan, but part of it was an FBI plan to be an accelerant to that fake Steele dossier, to those fake Russia collusion claims, by pouring oil on the fire, by amplifying the lie and burying the truth of what Hillary Clinton was up to. And you're right, Maria. John Brennan testified to John Durham in August of 2020. He also testified to the House Oversight Committee in 2022. Hillary Clinton testified before John Durham under oath in 2022. James Comey testified before the Senate committee in September 2020. All of that's within the last 5 years. And much of that testimony is, frankly, completely inconsistent with what our underlying intelligence that is about to be declassified in the Durham Annex, what that reflects. And so, you know, Pam Bondi does have a strike force. It is a different Department of Justice, a different FBI, and an opportunity to look at how these people really did conspire to run a hoax, a fraud, on the American people and against Donald Trump's presidency. And so coming forward, we understand that they did this, but now we need to understand how they did this. And I think that's why you see the left losing their minds over this, Maria, saying, why are you spending time? This is vindictive. You're going back. This is Donald Trump, you know, seeking retribution. It's not. Donald Trump's election by the American people was a statement, Maria. They said to everyone, we know what you did to Donald Trump, and we reelected him because we know this was all fake. We know it was a hoax. Now we want to understand how you did it so that it can't happen again. And that's what this declassification process that we're undergoing right now, what's going on, why it's so important, and why there can be accountability and preventability to prevent these same people that did it in 2016 with the Steele dossier, with the Hunter Biden laptop in 2020, from doing it again in the future.
This isn't another political debate. This is direct evidence. We mean emails, reports, interview transcripts, raw intelligence, and it allegedly proves that top officials in the Obama administration didn't just botch the Russia investigation. They conspired to start it and rig it. According to Ratcliffe, this annex exposes how John Brennan, James Clapper, and James Comey used the fake Steele dossier, paid for by Hillary Clinton's campaign and the DNC, to pollute official intelligence products. They weren't following intelligence. They were manufacturing it for a political agenda. Ratcliffe says part of this was a Hillary Clinton plan to distract from her email scandal and frame Trump as a Russian asset. But another part was even more dangerous. An FBI plan to act as an accelerant, to amplify the lies, to bury the truth, and to sabotage Trump. In Ratcliffe's words, quote, "They conspired against Trump, they conspired against the American people," unquote. And it's not just talk. Investigative reporter Paul Sperry confirmed this week that the CIA has declassified all of its contributions to the Durham probe, everything from interview notes to internal objections from analysts who knew something was wrong. The Department of Justice is now reviewing those materials, not with political appointees, but with veteran prosecutors from the organized crime strike force, people trained to take down corruption and build criminal cases that stick. And here's what they're going to see. First of all, the Steele dossier, a Clinton-funded opposition research document, was injected into the 2016 Intelligence Community Assessment despite being unverified. Second, intelligence agencies objected to including it and were overruled. Third, Brennan later lied under oath, claiming the dossier wasn't part of the ICA. And that lie may now be exposed on paper. Fourth, FBI officials, knowing the dossier was false or unverified, used it anyway to get FISA warrants on Trump campaign officials. And lastly, Obama was briefed on the Clinton plan to frame Trump, and he let it move forward. So let's be clear. If this happened in any other country, we'd call it a seditious conspiracy. So that's what we're going to call it. Now, the media, they're going to call it protecting democracy. It wasn't. It was coordinated election interference, a threat to democracy. It was carried out by the intelligence community, aided by the DOJ, the press, and political insiders. They all colluded. Now, Ratcliffe says he's already made criminal referrals. Brennan, Clapper, Comey, Clinton, and there are others. And now that the full CIA annex is going to be released, it's a matter of time before Americans get to see the truth for themselves. This isn't about clearing Trump's name. It's about restoring faith in America's institutions. We were lied to for years. We were told the intelligence was airtight, that Russia preferred Trump, that our own president might be compromised. But it was all based on secondhand rumor, political bias, and weaponized narratives. And if this annex delivers what Ratcliffe says it will, someone needs to go to prison, because this can never be allowed to happen in this country again. More on the story soon. Stay with Explain America. We appreciate your thoughts and feedback and your support for common sense journalism.